Best Sci-Fi Movies 2019. We all love a sci-fi blockbuster, so it's never too early to get ready for one. Movie Mix here, and here's sci-fi movies that will blow everyone away in 2019. Star Wars Episode 9. Disney just pushed back the release of Star Wars Episode 9 from May 2019 to December 2019, Deadline reports. The news comes after an announcement today that J.J. Abrams is taking over from Colin Trevorrow as director of the movie. Episode 9, originally slated to premiere on May 24, 2019, was supposed to be a return to May release dates for the Star Wars franchise. Back in 2015, The Force Awakens was also originally supposed to be released in the summer, but was moved to a December release after Abrams took over screenwriting duties with Lawrence Kasdan. The Emperor Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and needed more time. This premiere day shift turned out to be the beginning of a pattern for Star Wars releases. In 2016, Episode 8 was also pushed back from a May to December release, giving director Rian Johnson more time to work on that project. Rogue One was released in December 2016. Currently, the Han Solo standalone film is still set for a May 2018 premiere. Even if the timing hasn't gone exactly according to plan, releasing Star Wars films during the holiday season doesn't seem to have hurt Disney's numbers. Both The Force Awakens and Rogue One were wildly profitable at the box office.
It's true. All of it.
Gemini Man. Gemini Man is an innovative action thriller starring Will Smith as Henry Brogan, an elite assassin who is suddenly targeted and pursued by a mysterious young operative that seemingly can predict his every move. The film is directed by Academy Award-winning filmmaker Ang Lee and produced by renowned producers Jerry Bruckheimer and David Ellison. Gemini Man release date is October 4, 2019. The science fiction action movie is directed by Ang Lee, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Life of Pi, and stars Will Smith in dual roles. From David Benioff, Game of Thrones, comes the story of an older NSA agent who is trying to retire. He's marked for death and learns that the man out to kill him is a younger, cloned version of himself. The rights to Gemini Man were acquired by Skydance after having been in development for 2 decades. Jerry Bruckheimer, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Amazing Race, is producing with Don Murphy, set to serve as executive producer.
I'm not gonna let this happen.
World War Z 2. Folks thought that World War Z could never be adapted into a Hollywood motion picture that captured the thrills and scares of Max Brooks' best-selling novel of post-apocalyptic remembrance. Throughout the next couple of pages, we'll take a look at everything on the table and piece together what we feel to be the future of World War Z 2. Keep in mind this feature is based off of the knowledge we have at the current moment and will be refreshed as major developments occur. So bookmark this page for future reference, as this is our guide to what we know so far about World War Z 2. More than likely, we'll be looking at a 2019 release date, seeing as those talks are all but confirmed to be successful. X-Men: Dark Phoenix. 20th Century Fox announced some release date shuffles last night, and they mean major delays for those looking forward to the studio's upcoming superhero movies. X-Men: Dark Phoenix is the next film in the proper X-Men series, but Fox has decided to move the film off of its scheduled November 2, 2018 release date and push it into 2019, where it will now open on February 14, 2019. If you're thinking, hey, that's around the same time the New Mutants comes out, you're both right and wrong. As a result of the Dark Phoenix push, director Josh Boone's horror-centric X-Men spin-off has now been pushed all the way to August 2, 2019. That's over a year after the film's original release date, which was April 13, 2018. Dark Phoenix is poised to mark a change of sorts for the X-Men franchise, as series writer-producer Simon Kinberg writes and directs the dramatic follow-up to X-Men Apocalypse. The film adapts the Dark Phoenix comics arc and brings Jessica Chastain into the fold as Lilandra, and while many were looking forward to seeing how different Kinberg's take on the franchise might be, we'll all have to wait a little longer. Godzilla: King of the Monsters. Godzilla: King of the Monsters is an upcoming American monster film directed by Michael Dougherty and written by Dougherty, Zach Shields, and Max Borenstein. It is the sequel to 2014's Godzilla and will be the 35th film in the Godzilla franchise, the 3rd film in Legendary's Monsterverse, and the 3rd Godzilla film to be completely produced by a Hollywood studio. Despite the film's title, it is unrelated to the 1956 film of the same name. The film stars Vera Farmiga, Ken Watanabe, Sally Hawkins, Kyle Chandler, Millie Bobby Brown, Bradley Whitford, Thomas Middleditch, Charles Dance, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Aisha Hines, and Zhang Ziyi. Principal photography began on June 19, 2017 in Atlanta, Georgia, and concluded on September 27, 2017. The film is scheduled to be released in the United States on March 22, 2019 in 2D, 3D, and select IMAX theaters. The new story follows the heroic efforts of the cryptozoological agency Monarch as its members face off against a battery of demigod-sized monsters, including the mighty Godzilla, who collides with Mothra, Rodan, and his ultimate nemesis, the three-headed King Ghidorah. When these ancient superspecies, thought to be mere myths, rise again, they all vie for supremacy, leaving humanity's very existence hanging in the balance. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned to Movie Mix for all movie-related content.